Services is here to help.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's an exciting time of the year. One of the biggest sources of excitement, I guess you might say, is knowing that you have something you're going to be giving to somebody, whether it's somebody you know or somebody you don't know. We've been gathering toys here at the studio for people we'll never meet, children will never know, and somebody's Christmas is going to be made with some of these wonderful things. And, you know, one of the best things you can do for yourself is to get a good job. It just changes everything. I mean, your whole world changes when you're happy with what you do for a living. Laura Byrnes has been coming in here for, quite a while now, introducing us to different businesses and agencies in the community that offer employment opportunities. Laura Byrnes, of course, represents CareerSource. Today, she's in here by herself, because today we can explore the things.
I'm going to talk to you about the business of CareerSource, Citrus Levy, Marion.
Yeah.
We are an employer. We are a business. And our business is twofold. Number one, it's to help local businesses find the qualified, skilled talent that they need, and to connect job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. So it goes hand in glove and both parts of the same coin. So you have the Christmas gift of CareerSource today, which is a wonderful thing.
I mean, seriously, do you remember a time in your life when you had a job you didn't like? Did you ever have that moment?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And did you feel trapped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then sometimes you have to take dramatic action that maybe not in your best interest in the long run. And in hindsight, you say, gee, why did I do that? Why didn't I stick it out? But, you know, I think everybody has that experience.
Yeah. Do you know, I wanted to compare what you do to talent agencies, because in my background, I had the experience of wishing I didn't need a talent agency, and then I realized the beauty of a talent agency. Mm-hmm. Here's why. When I was playing colleges, for example, I would literally have to call every college and try to figure out if they would hire me, and then I had to do 100 phone calls before I finally got the gig, if I got the gig.
Right.
The talent agency did that for me and made all the difference in the world. And whatever they ended up making from all of my engagements was fine with me, 20, 25%, whatever it was. It really made it worth it for me. An agency today in the job world, in the normal jobs, is the best thing you could do, because it's going to be good for the employer. Am I right? I don't mean to be talking where you should
No,
be.
absolutely.
Because you're going to screen me. You're going to say Larry's not fit for this job,
right?
But he might be fit for that other job.
The distinction between what we do and an agency that places is that on the employer side, we're going to do the candidate screening. We're going to do everything soup to nuts that you may need us to do or want us to do. A lot of businesses, and the backbone of our economy is not the huge conglomerate, especially locally, but it's the smaller to medium-sized business, and smaller operations. You might not have your own HR department. You might not have a person that's dedicated to doing the hiring. Oftentimes, it's the owner, it's the manager, and you're supposed to be running your business. It's very, very time-consuming to go through all the applications, and you might get 90% of them are folks who don't have the skills that you're looking for, the experience. Yeah. And, you know, frankly, that's what CareerSource can excel at, is to work with the employer, find out exactly what it is you need, craft that job description, get it posted, get it promoted, and go through the candidates who best meet those skills that you're requesting. And then on top of that, well, we're just not going to send them to you. We will run them through a battery of assessments to see, you say you can excel at Excel or PowerPoint or computer-assisted drafting or whatever. we're going to test to make sure,
right.
that before we send them to the employer to go through the interview process, that they, actually have those skills. Now, if you're a job seeker, why is that good? Well, because if you actually do have those skills,
right.
this is a way to certify. Yes, and this is going to help you stand out from the crowd, help you get that job interview when it is appropriate, and maybe help you land that job. So it's a good thing all the way around.
It's a strange door opener, but the internship idea is often a door opener, at least in radio. And a lot of guys who are doing it full time now started out as interns.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I was like a part-time guy who played commercials during football games. But that's about one notch above an intern. In other words, I got a little paycheck.
Right.
So, but do you offer that if somebody were to come to you and you had, somebody's desperately wanting a certain type of job?
Sure.
Well, I can give you an internship.
There are a couple things, and I'm glad you bring it up because we're moving into the new year. This will be our last program until next year, 2015. And so we do have a number of things coming up in the new year. And sometimes these depend on our funding stream. Sometimes we offer programs that become so popular, like on-the-job training about a year ago. My gosh, those funds just got sucked up quickly. And, and until we get a new more funds, we can't continue to offer. So there are some things that we're working on for the new year, and one of them is the paid internships and work experience program, exactly what you're talking about. And we're hoping to launch that in February or March. So for employers who are interested in exploring that, give us a call. 1-800-434-5627. That's sort of the universal phone number that'll get you anywhere. You just say, hey, I want to find out about the paid internships.
Let me write that down. I don't have it on my paper. It's 1-800, what is it?
434-5627.
5627, okay.
Which is jobs.
Okay, got
it. We do have other numbers for the business side and the job seeker side, but really you call that one and it's going to get you to a main receptionist, and you can get to whoever you need for that. So that's something that's coming up in the new year. I'll just roll with that subtopic if it's okay.
You have a call coming in. If you're okay with calls, you'll need the headphones. But do they pay? Who pays? Is it the employer that pays for the?
Oh, no.
For your services?
No. There's no charge to the employer or to the job seeker.
Oh, my goodness.
We're funded through a number of streams. The U.S. Department of Labor, which flows through the Department of Economic Opportunity and CareerSource Florida. We are funded through competitive grants that we apply for, and we have to compete with workforce development regions all over the country for that funding.
All right, let's go to the phone call. Good morning. Thank you for waiting. By the way, you're on the air with Laura Byrnes.
Hey, Laura. My name is Mark Hankins. I'm a union carpenter. I work primarily in the nuclear power plant business, and I am the son of a IBEW retired power plant worker and the grandson of a professional umpire in the National League part of baseball. But I just wanted to say I appreciate you being on the radio today and explaining how you're funded and the importance of, even though you don't directly represent organized labor, but that the importance and significance of trained workers in our workforce, whether they're union or not, Laura. And I thank you for being there on the show and representing opportunities for folks. And this is some of our tax dollars at work. And I would just ask if Laura, Larry, could address the importance of trained workers. I don't think Larry Whitler would like to get on an airplane where a guy just said he was a pilot. I think we want to know that he's a pilot and the standards and trainings, or she a pilot, and or somebody that says I'm a nuclear power plant operator. We want to make sure that they're a trained operator or a nurse or a teacher, and we don't want somebody to just take a 2-week course on a computer that gets a very important job that affects the safety of our society. And organized, I would say this on the behalf of organized labor, not a spokesman of labor, but organized labor stands for standards. And if Laura could address the importance of those observations. Have a good
All right, thank you. Appreciate the call.
Thank you so very much. First of all, I'd like to point out that we do have representatives of IBEW on our board of directors. So we try to represent, by law, more than 50% of our board members have to be from the for-profit world, have to be businessmen and women, but then we also have community partners, organized labor, education, community development, that sort of thing. So thank you so much for your call. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The reasons that you outlined are very valid in terms of, if you're up in an airplane, you're not going to want a pilot who learned, off a 2-week internet course to fly your plane. That's a given. But from our standpoint, and I think employers will agree with this and job seekers will agree with this, if you're not a good fit, it's a colossal waste of time for everybody. And we know how time-intensive and expensive it is for employers to recruit and hire and train employees. And then if at the end of the day,
they don't fit the culture. They don't have the skills that they say they have, and they're not working out, you have to start all over again. That's utterly frustrating. Also, from the job seeker side, you don't want to just take a job to get a paycheck only to find out at some point during the probationary period, I'm sorry, it's not working out. There's the door. Right. And you have to start all over again. So get it right the first time. What is that expression? Measure twice, cut once. I think that's it.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, that's what we want to do. We want to make these matches that work and stick and stay together. We want the honeymoon, if you will, to last a good long time.
It's a wonderful surface for the employer and the people who work there already.
Right.
To know that you're going to screen out somebody who might be qualified, but who might have, I don't know, a personality glitch, like being a condescending type of a person or whatever. Can we take a little break? And we'll be right back. All right, we'll be right back with Laura. If I push the button right.
Weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For today, turning out partly sunny with a high of 69 to 73. It'll be mainly clear tonight with a low of 39 in the coldest inland spots to 48 on the coast. There'll be some fog patches late tonight into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, mostly sunny tomorrow with a high 67 to 71. On Friday, a nice day with a mix of sun and clouds, high 70 to 74. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Now is the time to go to your local Kubota dealer, where you can get a great deal on a new Kubota RTV during Kubota's Gear Up and Go sales event. Thinking about a new utility vehicle? Why not choose the top-selling diesels in the U.S. for the past 10 years? The flagship Kubota RTV X1100 combines styling with features like a premium all-weather Grand Cab, extra-duty independent rear suspension, and power steering. Right now, get your own Kubota RTV X Series for 0 down and 0% financing for up to 48 months. So for a great deal, think orange at the Kubota Gear Up and Go sales event. For more information or to find a participating dealer, go to KubotaDealersOfFlorida.com.
0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 48 months on selected equipment now through December 31st, 2014. Not available for rental national accounts or government customers. 0% APR low rate financing not available with instant rebate offers. Financing available through Kubota Credit Corporation USA subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268.
The 5 reasons you should shop at Honey Baked Ham this Christmas.
1. Handcrafted, not mass-produced. No one can resist sweet, crunchy glazed ham.
2. Home-style sides that are as tempting as they are easy.
3. Honey-baked desserts, sweet, yummy, and oh so good.
4. Holiday platters for easy entertaining for family or friends or employees.
5. Gourmet condiments to treat anybody's taste buds.
So why choose anything else? I can't think of a single reason.
Honey Baked Ham, the world's best ham. So get ready to pass your plate.
Happy holidays from Honey Baked Ham.
Located right behind Best Buy, 861-0011.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
Think unique gifts are hard to find? If so, you haven't been to Downtown Jewelry and Pawn in Bellevue. Frank has something for everyone. Antiques, costume jewelry, diamonds, gold, watches, fine china, art deco pieces, and so much more. Located at 5445 Southeast 111th Street in Bellevue, behind Checkers, a trip to Frank's Downtown Jewelry and Pawn is a must. A little elf told me that the big guy shops there. You should too. And Frank does great repairs. All right, Laura Byrnes is here from CareerSource. The good news is that CareerSource will screen potential employees so that employers don't have to do it, and that employees can get a good job, and nobody pays. Well, the taxpayer pays, as taxpayers pay. And you do have somebody waiting on hold to speak to you. Good morning. Thank you for waiting, by the way. You're on the air with Laura.
Good morning, Laura, Larry. My question is regarding people with handicaps, whether it's blind or deaf or, any other handicap. How do you work with those people, and how, sometimes they cannot make it through the process of application. Say a blind person needs a little assistance, but once you put them on the job, on the duty, on the table, whatever it is, they excel. And what about apprenticeships as well?
That's a good point. Yeah,
those two items.
Yeah. Thank you for the call.
Well,
you bet.
Thank you so very much for the call. Yes. Well, the great thing is if you work with us and you come in and you say, I want staff-assisted services, and you get a placement specialist who's assigned to you. That is your go-to person. That is your cheerleader. They will work with you hand in hand, whatever your needs are. So it's very, very customized services. If you are disabled in any way, they're going to work with you and to get around that and to find you employment that works for you. Beyond that, we do have specialized programs. If you're a disabled veteran, we have disabled veteran representatives who can work with you specifically. We have a program called Beyond Barriers, Pathway to Employment. And typically you may think, well, that's for someone who might have maybe a criminal background or something, or some issues on their background that prevent them from getting employment, but also that it's any barrier. If you have a physical barrier, whether you're blind or you in a wheelchair, we can definitely work with you. So the key thing is you're not going to get that kind of white glove service by just going online and doing a job search.
Right.
But if you work with a human being, and that's the key thing I think about our staff, I can't say enough good things about. These are humane beings. They live to assist. They are compassionate and passionate about what they do. So you want a real breathing, living person to help you out, and when you get one, they're going to help you regardless.
That's a good point. Yeah. You were mentioning off the air about tobacco.
Right. We are beginning January 1st. We are joining the growing number of businesses who are tobacco free, and that's not just for staff, folks. That is for anyone who visits any of our properties, the parking lot, the building, the sidewalks. No use of tobacco, whether it's smoking or e-cigarettes or chewing tobacco. We're going completely tobacco free. So please be aware of that. Now, if you say, oh my gosh, I smoke. I've been smoking for a number of years, and that we understand that's a difficult habit to kick, and especially if you're looking for a job, it's extremely stressful time, and you say, remember that airplane movie with Lloyd Bridges saying, oh, I picked a bad week to give up smoking, and then I picked a bad week to give up drinking, and I picked a bad week to give up sniffing glue, whatever. we know that it's very difficult to give up a tobacco product. So what we have in our centers, and you don't even have to be one of our clients. You could be anyone in the community. Just walk into one of our one-stop career centers and say, I am interested in help with quitting smoking.
Really?
And we have access to smoking cessation, tobacco cessation programs.
Wow.
We can hook you up with free patches or the gum, different techniques. We can do the counseling, refer you. We have a number of resources, which you can find on our website, which is CareerSourceCLM.com, and just type in the search field tobacco-free program, and it'll bring up the page with all the details. So that is something we are offering. We are in partnership with Tobacco Free Florida to offer it. And frankly, we are one of only 3 workforce regions in the state to actually be tobacco free ourselves.
Right. And you were saying some employers
Oh, good point.
They don't want tobacco use, period.
Right. Yeah, on the one hand, we do care about your health, and we would love you to have the gift of good health in the new year. But the reality is more and more employers are going tobacco-free, and they're testing for tobacco use. They don't.
Wow.
We're not just talking about smoking during the workday. They don't want you to use tobacco in your personal off time either. And they're testing to see if you have used tobacco even 6 months prior to your interview.
Wow.
So, by quitting, you're improving your chances of getting a job.
And you have to sign an agreement probably when you go to apply for any of those jobs with Workforce Connections, so the potential employers know that the people that are applying are aware of these rules.
Well, it's on a case-by-case basis. If that particular employer requires, we already do drug testing. That's pretty standard for everyone. But if the employer further requires that the job candidate is tobacco-free, then again, there's going to be certain things. Testing is very likely. And signing an affidavit is probably standard as well, but they'll back that up with the testing.
I'm sure some people be resistant to that, but you mentioned that you smoked when you were younger.
Secret is out.
How long ago did I quit? Maybe 7 years ago. I was a cigar smoker, and like a chain cigar smoker in a way, but it was hard to quit,
It's not an easy thing to quit. For me, it was really literally cold turkey. As I decided one day, that's it, that's all, boom, and but how many times did it take me to get to that point?
Do you ever miss it?
No, I do not.
No? I sometimes miss the cigar, sometimes.
I sometimes miss the process.
Really?
It took me a few years of, I'm on a long road trip. What do I do?
That's what happens to me. In the car.
What do I do?
It's the car, yeah.
Anyway.
You help the people make sure, like you said, to use your words, to be a good fit for the employer, whether it's with academics or skills, things like that, with helping with the smoking and things, but you also help them on their outward appearance, because people do need to have a good presentation of their outward self.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up. We have so many, Santa's elves are busy, and so are we. We have so many workshops still going on through the end of the year, and in January is already filled up. Stress management, soft skills, computer basics, social media and work, beginning and targeted and optimal resumes, interview skills, you name it, and your presentation is part of that. And these are all free and available. Just go to our website, look on the calendar, and you can see these. We also have a number of hiring events that I'd like to mention. Today we've got Middlesex Asphalt, Petro Wendy's, Crystal Pump Repair Service. Tomorrow, Lorem. December 30th, True Green. January 6th, Owens Realty. January 13th, Scott's Lawn Service. You can find these on our calendar of events. These are exclusive hiring events. The employer comes to our centers, or we go to wherever they want us to go, and we coordinate these hiring events.
And one quick question: if a person is on a fixed income, say on retirement or something about Social Security, can you help that person if they want a part-time job just to have something to do so they don't max out on their benefits?
Absolutely. Again, when you work with a placement specialist, they're going to get to know your exact needs, your situation. They will know you by name, by need, and if that is your situation, they're going to work with you to meet that need.
There's just about a minute left, but I wanted to throw in also that when you've brought people in here to talk about the job opportunities, there's always been the additional thing, the benefits, the insurances and the retirement programs and the vacation times, and those are all very important. They actually makes your dollar an hour number worth more. You're actually worth more because of those benefits.
Absolutely. That is a fact, yes. And, a lot of employers will do a breakdown for you of your salary plus benefits, so you get a realistic picture of what you're bringing in, and it's a great thing. So we hope everybody out there who wants a job, whether it's part-time or full-time, or any employer who needs that talent, will get in touch with us.
Go to the website, and I would encourage you that if you know somebody who could benefit from the information that Laura brings to us from CareerSource, share the video with them. It's every time Laura comes here, we put it on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. And your website again, CareerSource.com.
CLM.com.
And CLM stands for Citrus Levy Marion.
Correct.
And the 800 number?
1-800-434-5627.
Have a great Christmas, Laura. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president is set to speak on Cuba this afternoon.